How you doing? Welcome back.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. So, what were you for today?
My mother doesn't really respect my boundaries, I'd say, in my household. Um, she just likes to pop up, and she doesn't let me know when she's popping up. She's popping up.
Okay. When you say boundaries, how does that look to you?
If I tell you to let me know when you're coming and you don't, to me that's messed up. And she does have a key to my apartment, and I have a key to hers as well. But when I go to her apartment, I at least let her know I'm coming. This past weekend, she just popped up out of the blue, and we hung out last weekend all together. And she didn't say that she was coming this weekend, so she popped up out the blue. And I had a male friend over that she knew, and we were like watching a movie, and she wasn't too happy about that.
Okay. Now let's go back to boundaries. Now, do you think it's boundaries or respect?
It's both.
It's both. So, describe respect for me.
How I treat you, you should be able to treat me the same way. If I tell you what I prefer in my household, you should honor that. But she feels as though because she's my mother, she doesn't have to. And we had an argument about this a month ago, and I thought things were okay, but I guess not.
So you mentioned that you had a friend over, and then when she came by, she felt some type of way about it.
Right.
How do you know she felt some type of way about it?
Because she was texting me. She stayed in the living room, and he and I were in my bedroom, and she was texting me saying just derogatory things and how she felt that he should have left when she walked through the door. And I feel as though you shouldn't feel that way because I didn't even know you were coming, for one. And for two, this is my house. I do what I please. And I think she jumps to conclusions and she overanalyzes things that she doesn't know about.
So that night, did you come out and talk to her face to face?
No.
So you just go about the text that she sent you.
Mm-hmm.
Was the text harsh?
It was harsh. And when the movie was over, he left. And so I walked him out and he said good night. And she was like, good night. Very childish, I guess. So I walked him out the door. He said goodnight, and I came back in, and we didn't speak. I just went to bed.
So why do you think she actually responded to him like that?
I don't think it was really at him per se. She's never really liked, or I guess never really liked any guy that I've liked. And I don't know to look at that as she's just been like a mama bear and being overprotective, or if she just has some underlying issue with me and she doesn't know how to express it. But she just did it. I don't know, she had an attitude.
Let's go back right quick. Just want to ask you this question. How is your mom in your relationship prior?
It's been bumpy. Right now we're in a very weird headspace. I just come to the realization that her perception of me and my life doesn't have to be my reality, and it's not. And I have just decided to not go back and forth with her because she may call me out of my name and say all the things that she wants to say. I just prefer not to have that level of interaction because, for one, you're my mother. And for two, if I respond, it won't be nothing nice. So I just decided to be quiet.
How do you feel about when she called you out your name?
It used to bother me. It used to hurt a little bit. And now it's just, I look at it like that's my mother. And I don't expect anything
when did you noticing that it don't even bother you anymore that she call you as your name?
I wouldn't say that it doesn't bother me. I would say it doesn't bother me as much. Before, it used to really tear me up emotionally and mentally because I used to critique myself and figure out, or try to figure out what did I do wrong to make her react this way. But now I've just come to the realization that this is who she is, and I don't have to be what she calls me. And I don't have to always respond to it. If that's how she needs to let it out, then that's just how she needs to let it out.
Okay, so you mentioned that you have a key to her house and she have a key to your house as well, and also that before you go to her house, she you call her and let her know you come. You don't just pop up like she does.
Right.
But my question to you is, do you that ever happened to you where you actually just pop up to her house or anything like that?
No, not that I can recall. No. My mother lives in Miami, so she lives like in Homestead, so she's like 2 hours away from me. So I'm not popping up like that all the time because that's a long drive. But when she comes down, she just really has this. What is the word? Oh my goodness. Entitlement.
Mm-hmm.
That she can just come in whenever and however, and I have a roommate too. So on one side, yes, you're my mother, I love you, you're welcome anytime. But on the other side, I'm getting older and you need to be able to communicate your whereabouts if you're coming to mine. You know.
Okay, growing up, let me ask you, growing up, do you remember or do you recall any other family member or even now popping up with not even into your house, in her house or in general, like popping to each other's house without calling or anything like that?
No, because it's always been me and her.
Okay.
We have a lot of extended family members, but immediate family, it's just me, her, and my aunt. And I've lived with my aunt before and my mom, so. And they had an estranged relationship in the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
so popping up wasn't really a factor. Like I said, I'm not like she's like, she can't come. It's just let me know, give me a heads up of when you're coming.
Do your roommates say anything to you about that? Knowing that you said you have a roommate?
No, not really. She feels the same way I feel. Like, let me know when you're popping up, or well, just let us know any other time. Or sometimes I would say she would send a group text and say I'm on my way to both of us. But for the last month or so, she hasn't done that, and it is.
Have you asked her, Mommy, why you just popping up in the house instead of you just calling or texting me, telling me you coming by?
Well, we had an argument about it a month ago, and she felt that she had an attitude with what I had to say, and she felt that because she is my mother, she should be able to come and go as she pleases. And I was trying to explain to her, no, that's not the way this works. You can't just do that. I can understand if we were living under the same roof, but we're not. And so she felt that having a guy over was inappropriate to her. And I don't agree with that.
Why do you think she feel that way?
I think it was because it was the time of the hour. It was around midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, kind of. And I really think it's the fact that it was that time. And the fact that he is a single father. So she felt that he has a whole, another girlfriend, a child of his mother, and the mother is at home taking care of the baby, but y'all over here watching this movie, and I was like, that's not even what's going on. Like, he's a single father, she's not even here, she's not even in the same city. And so, but that's my thing, she jumps to conclusions, or she overanalyzes things before getting the full picture. And I used to be combative and go back and forth with her, but now I'm like, it's not even worth it.
I know you mentioned something about that. You know, the fact that she's at home. Well, you at the house hanging out with this young man, and also being a single dad and his kid probably with the mom. And her mindset is okay. Why is he here? Not taking care of that. But what about you? Like, were you raised in a single mom home?
Yes.
Oh, so she raised you by herself.
Yes, it's always been me and her. Always. Until I moved in with my aunt when I was in high school, but up until then, it's always been she and I.
Do you think it's because she's a single mom? She raised you as a single mom and she's afraid? There's a fear there?
A fear of what?
A fear of, I don't know if it's abandonment, like him taking you away from her and stuff like that.
No, I don't think it's a fear. I think that she looks at it as, like I could do better. I think that's how she looks at it. I think the fact that he has a child is a negative to her. I honestly feel as though nothing I do when it comes to relationships with the opposite sex is good enough for her. One minute she doesn't want me at their house, the next minute they can't be at my house.
Do you think, okay, when I said fear earlier, do you think it's fear regarding, okay, what if you end up becoming a single mom? Like she was.
She hasn't expressed that to me. It could be, but she hasn't told me that.
Okay. Do you think you should take the time and talk to her and find out exactly, Mom, why do you act the way you act when I have different friends around or whatever the case may be? Like,
right now, I am not open to that. Because I've done that so many times before, and she's older, she's stuck in her ways, and she feels that she's right, and she doesn't want to be told that she's wrong. If I'm disagreeing with her about something regarding my life or anything in general, it's looked at as disloyal, and I just prefer not to go down that road.
you mentioned that you've been doing it for so long and that your mom is older. She's stuck in her ways. She has no boundaries or no respect for you. So how can we move forward from here?
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't say that she has no respect for me, but when it comes to my household, she just doesn't respect that. I mean, when it comes to letting me know when she's on her way. I've tried speaking to her about it. We got into an argument about it. I don't really know where to go from here. My mindset is to, it is what it is.
So as far as the arguments, how do you think we could go about avoiding the arguments?
I don't start off combative with her. I speak in a very monotone, but if she doesn't agree with what I'm saying, then she's combative, or her tone raises and there's more inflection in her voice. So then at that point, sometimes my tone raises because I'm so used to just letting her fly off the handle and not saying anything, and I'm kind of getting tired of that. So I don't look for our conversation to be combative or to go that route. I would like for us to come to just a understanding, but we don't.
Do you think coming to an understanding will be like coming here as for therapy together? It could be a process, it could be a start.
I'm not open to that. I'm just cautious of it because we've done family therapy before. it was a different dynamic, but we've done it before, and I didn't feel that she got where I was coming from. But I do take into consideration that I was younger then, and that was some years ago, so maybe now it would be different.
Do you think you could go ahead and bring it to her attention about the therapy? So next time when we meet, you could go ahead. Okay.
Yeah, I can let her know.
So that's your homework. You could go ahead and reach out to your mom, and then talk to her and tell her exactly coming to therapy next time with you and see exactly what she said. And then just reach out to me and let me know if it's gonna be two of you guys coming in or is it gonna be just you coming in.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll reach out.
Looking forward to seeing both of you guys. So thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Have a